Superbad was released in 2007 and was directed by Greg M. I didn't know how to pronounce his last name, so I say Greg M. But was also written by childhood friends Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, and is a teen comedy starring Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, and Christopher Mintz-Plasse. And the story follows friends Seth and Evan, who are forced to deal with separation anxiety after their plan to stage a booze-soaked party becomes more challenging than they expected.
Dude, this movie is so freaking funny, dude.
Dude, this
and it's
film,
such a breath of fresh air.
breath of fresh air. But this film, I cannot even describe the love I have for this film, man.
So good.
I can't even remember. I just remember growing up seeing it. I don't even remember watching it for the first time.
I don't either.
I just remember all the quotes I would freaking say. I am McLevin. Like, all this stuff. All these lines are great, and that's what makes a great comedy film. Is when you can make memorable quotes. That's what really makes a comedy film.
Reminds me of like when we did the Scary Movie.
Yeah,
just quote. That's all it was.
And like you said, like you told me earlier, this film was released during a time period where they were making a bunch of like
romantic comedies and shit. Like every movie, like all their posters were all the same. Like
right. Oh, what was it? Knocked Up and stuff. They always had Seth Rogen as him and his wife or something.
They were always in those movies, man.
The film starts off with, and it sets the tone straight with this groovy like funk kind of style to it.
Yeah.
The intro is so iconic, and then we're introduced to Seth. The characters Seth and Evan, who were basically the writers' first names, Seth and Evan. And they wrote the first draft of the script in middle school.
Did they? Oh, they did. Yeah.
And since middle school to whenever they made the film, there was constant revisions and rewrites and
Obviously,
stuff. Yeah. But I think that adds a lot. Like this isn't coming from an adult's view on students. This is actually coming from the students themselves.
Yeah, because at the time they're obviously that age.
And that's another thing that makes this film so relatable to anybody from the ages of when we first saw this film to like being a like just adult teens, now.
Just teens to adults.
And I think that's going to add a lot to the future too. Like I feel like this movie is going to age like wine in the future.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not necessarily like the American Pie movies. Like I love the American Pie films, but I don't think they aged as well as this one did.
Yeah. So this movie came out around the time where like American Pie and Wet Hot American Summer 2 came out, I think.
And yeah, I think this is like the ideal like teen millennial movie.
Yeah.
But it does resonate with Gen Z a lot too. But
I don't even know what Gen Z and millennials are. I don't know the difference.
We're Gen Z. Or 10 years older is millennials. It's like a 10-year gap until millennials. But
no, I don't know, dude. I don't know the difference.
The actors act and talk like actual teenagers.
Oh yeah, dude.
And the casting is perfect. Michael Cera is Michael Cera, but it adds a lot. He complements Jonah Hill's character so good.
The writing is it's written so good that each character like really bounces off each other like really well.
Yeah.
Especially like with Seth and McLovin. He's a freaking dick to him, dude. He's a jerk. And it's so believable because I was like that to some people in high school.
Douche. It wasn't to me, but douche. But yeah,
I'm sure you were too. I'm sure you were like that too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
probably.
But this film is so funny, dude.
So funny, dude.
Right away, like from like this dude is starting to draw. He draws dicks as a kid. He hides them in his lunchbox. Oh my god! Like that was so funny, dude. And the way he was so articulate with that too. Like he was going into full detail with those. But
dude, there's so many good ones, dude. There's one where it's like in front of a tank and the
they're like shitting at it. They made him go to a therapist and shit. Like
he couldn't eat foods that were like shaped like
the best kinds.
They really are though. I love corn dogs, man, popsicles and shit like that.
And Emma Stone, dude. Emma Stone looks so different in this movie for some reason.
No, because they're younger.
Yeah, they're all young.
I totally forgot she was in this. I don't know why.
And she's great in it. Her presence is so likable.
The acting in this movie is just everywhere.
It actually really is.
Even with like Bill Hader and Seth Rogen, them two, as cops. It's so funny, dude. Because
when they're introduced, oh my god,
the gas station. So like how tall was he? Like, what did he look like?
Oh my god.
Oh, so stupid, dude. This movie's just, I don't know. This movie is one of my, actually, probably like top 3 favorite comedies of all time. It's gotta be. And one thing that really feels it is like the time that it came out. Like, it was a really needed, like, people really needed this movie.
Yeah, dude.
Especially the year that it came out. They're sick and tired of like the only comedies being romantic comedies or like these over the top like teen movies. Like this is just like straightforward real life teen, you know?
Yeah, dude, and the awkwardness is so accurate too. There's a lot of like cringy relatable moments that add to it too. And so like the film depicts like the main goal is to get these girls drunk and have sex with them. Yeah. But I think it's really like a coming of age tale of like growing up and going your separate ways. Yeah. And we see that a lot in Seth and Evan's characters reaching the end of the film, like where they run into the girls and they go their separate ways. And like, they're not going to see each other for a very long time. And one got into a better school than the other.
Yeah.
So I feel like the main message, and even by the end of the film, they don't end up it doesn't go the way they had it planned to.
No, it doesn't.
And that's how you see, like, that's not what the film was trying to say or the message it was trying to give. Not like, for example, American Pie. The first film where she's getting dressed in the room and she's getting nude, which is kind of weird because she's kind of a minor. It's kind of weird. But like that film depicts it in a way where it's okay to film girls in that when they're getting dressed.
Well, it's not okay to film anyone.
I'm going based off the context of American Pie.
Yeah, in context.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm going based off of the context of American Pie, and I'm comparing it to Superbad.
Yeah, okay.
Superbad does it much better, obviously, saying like you don't need to get drunk to have sex and party and stuff. Michael Cera's character was so funny in that situation. What was it? He said something like, "You too, if you were a guy," or something like that.
Yeah. Like, or when he's following her, they're walking down the hall, and he's following her, and he's like just loses concentration.
Yeah,
and she turns around, and he's like just looks. What is he? I don't know.
Oh,
he just turns around real fast and walks away.
McLovin. Oh my god, dude. But yeah,
I love that he was like underage, right? He was like 16 when they filmed the movie.
I think they were, yeah. And Jonah Hill really didn't like him. No. I don't know if you knew that, but he didn't really like Vogel's the character, Chris. He said he annoyed him, and then the casting director was just like, "Yeah, we need that," or the director.
Yeah. Apparently, like he was like pissed him off real bad in the audition. In his audition, that's when it was. I love the scene where he's in the cop car and they're just doing donuts in the parking lot, start shooting at the bottles and shit.
Or when they're at the bar and the walkie-talkie's going off.
Oh yeah.
When they back up,
he turns it on.
He's like turning it on and starts drinking again. Bill Hader, dude. Oh my god.
This movie, dude. This one and Hot Rod. Bill Hader freaking kills it, dude.
Dude, when he referenced Attack of the Clones, that was so awesome.
There's always a Star Wars reference in every one of our videos for some reason.
Yeah. Right. Hey, this one was just happened to be there already, but there was also a lot of improv in that car scene, like the whole semen bit, like that was all improv, but like and then we go to that infamous scene where they go to that party and Seth gets a dance.
Oh, he's dancing with that chick and she leaves a period stain on it.
Oh, dude. Meanwhile, Michael Cera's singing.
Because they think he's
a singer.
I love that the whole movie they think he's this guy.
Right.
Like everyone's like, "Hey, aren't you? What's his name?"
He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, he just rolls with it.
Dude,
so stupid.
that one dude's just tripping on cocaine. Oh my god!
Oh, he hits him with a car outside the liquor store.
Dude, that dude's. You know what, Jimmy? You look like his brother or something like that.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So stupid, dude. This movie's man, it's just so good. There's something about it that just you can watch it all day and just not get bored of it.
Right, dude. Yeah, the rewatchability factor is so.
It's really high. Dude.
It's really high. Like, oh
it's
my
like
god,
Revenge of the Sith. You can watch that movie all freaking day, or at least I can.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, this movie, dude, Superbad is like, I don't know. It's so good.
Yeah, like I was saying, like by the end of the film where they're like just going on different paths, it's a powerful theme that everybody can relate to. And that's another thing about the film is that it's so damn relatable.
Oh yeah.
And I see, dude, and then McLovin is just so freaking, he just steals the show. He's so hilarious, dude. So funny.
So many
whether it's him or him and the cops or Seth yelling at him, like every moment with McLovin is hilarious.
I love when he first comes with the ID, the fake ID.
Oh yeah,
he's like what kind of name's McLovin? Well, it was either this or Muhammad.
And it's just the one name.
Name's Muhammad.
It's just the one name too.
Yeah. He's like
first you look like a future pedophile.
Kid with a fake ID. Or here's McLovin, the 25-year-old Hawaiian organ donor. Okay, so what's it gonna be?
I am McLovin.
No, you're not. No one's McLovin. McLovin's never existed because that's a made-up, dumb, fucking fairy tale name, you fuck!
It's just those little lines, dude. It's like,
so good.
Like there's like these improvs throughout the entire film where they're just like throwing in stuff, just seeing if it sticks or not. There's always these one-off lines. You see, Dave Franco when they're playing soccer. He's like, it's just soccer, like.
So stupid, man.
I love this movie so much.
It really resonates with young folks.
Yeah,
with young people.
And I think a reason why it holds up is because it doesn't really have to rely on like pop culture references or music.
No, it doesn't.
It's just really good script. It's a really good film with a bunch of
good storytelling, great character development.
Yeah,
like I love that they actually till the end they actually come to terms with their situation.
Yeah,
instead of like pushing each other away like Seth does throughout the movie, where he actually embraces like the situation that they're in. I just love it, man.
Yeah, dude. Like they embrace their new phases that they're going through in their life, and it's about like they come into terms with this like unconditional love like they had for each other as bros for a really long time. And also, like, I don't think it would also work either if it wasn't Jonah Hill and Michael Cera, because they do such a great job in the roles and they're so funny and likable throughout the entire film. Even though Seth could be a dick
throughout the whole movie,
throughout the entire film, he's just yelling and cussing and dude,
he's talking shit to people, man.
But at the end, it's because he's dealing with his own insecurities, though. And I have the Blu-ray, but we didn't put it up in the front of the film.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, dude.
Come on,
but I have Seth right here, the Funko Pop.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, Seth.
I know it. I just realized that, too. Let me move this a little bit.
So, anyway, we got to win. But, yeah. I love Superbad.
Superbad's so good. I think that's it, right?
That is pretty much
Should
it.
we keep going? I just stuck on that whole line. It was either this or Muhammad.
Dude,
what kind of name is Muhammad? It's the most used name in the world. Read a book.
Read a book for once. Dude, this film is so quotable. It's insane. And like even like when that first shot of him coming into the classroom, he's like, "What's up, players?" or something like that. I was like, "Oh, he's one of those classmates." Dude, the way it captures the high school presence is so accurate.
So good.
Even when we were in high school, there's like at least a dude like each of these characters in this film.
There really was.
That's what I'm saying. Like even like 12, 13 years after the film was released, there's
always people who reminded me of these characters.
Yeah.
You know, I love that scene where Seth goes in the liquor store And he's like imagining getting his throat slit. and
Oh
all this
my
shit.
god.
Enjoy fucking Jules.
The old lady. You know what's so funny is when the cop caught the bottle and threw the bottle and it hit the old lady and she fell. It slit his throat. I love that cut too. It just cuts to him like walking out of the store.
It's so stupid. he's all trying to get, he's trying to get alcohol, and the fucking Robert comes and punches him in the face.
It was also funny when the dude who ran over Seth with his car tried to bribe him with $7. $7. What are you, 8 years old? So funny, dude.
They're so stupid. There's so many just runaway, like just joke after joke. They don't overstay their welcome, and each of them are memorable.
Yeah.
Like you can watch it once, you see the joke, and then you watch another time. New joke. There's a new one that you notice, and then watch it again. There's a new one, and it's over and over again.
Like when Bill Hader, the cop, cockblocks McLovin.
No,
And they lay down with him in bed, and Seth Rogen's character is like, we must be guiding his cock, not blocking it. The kid's all naked next to y'all, or you're sitting down next to him.
I love when they break in the room and say, "What are you doing to this girl?"
Right? He started freaking out. That's.
No, I love when they pull over Seth and them when they're walking down the street with the Tide bottles.
That's just
of
too
alcohol.
much work, man. I saw him dumping that soap out, and I was like, he rinsed those out, right?
There's still soap.
There's still soap. There was still soap in there because I know there was that shot of the beer dripping out of it when he got hit by the cop car. It was coming out of the bottle and it was blue. Like, I think they purposely did that. It's so funny.
This movie's so good, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I wish I could write something as good as that.
It took him
years,
long time of revisions, and it was worth it in the end because I mean, it ended up becoming one of the, like, if not the greatest teen comedy of all time.
Yeah. And look, people are still talking about it, even us. These two schmucks.
There's not really that much movie reviews. There's YouTube videos on it.
Yeah.
There's not much movie reviews, but this film is good.
Oh, dude,
The script is good. Directing's good.
The soundtrack.
The
Dude,
soundtrack's
there's really good songs in it.
Groovy, like, and I think the performances is like the forefront.
Oh yeah, there's no bad performance in this movie.
Yeah.
There really isn't.
Everyone in this film is freaking phenomenal.
Even the supporting characters too.
Yeah.
A lot of the supporting actors and stuff when they're in that little room and he's singing, all those dudes in the room, dude, they're all funny.
So funny.
They all have like their own little thing going on.
Who's that guy? He was all over the top serious with that one line, dude. That's all I needed was that one line.
So good, man. I don't know. I think that's it.
I think that's Superbad.
Yeah.
2007.
Out of 5 stars, what are you giving it?
5 stars. 4.5 stars. 5.
I had 4.5.
I think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I love this movie, dude. I had when I watched it before I even like wanted to do a review on it.
Yeah.
I watched it with my brother, and I asked him. I was like, "Is this how high school parties were?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's pretty accurate. This film's pretty good. Like, this film's accurate. Like." And it just and he asked me, like, have you ever been to a house party like this? And I was like, no. I felt like this was more like that era of when this film actually came out.
Yeah.
Like, it was more of that. House parties were more a thing around that time.
You don't really see it too much.
And he agreed. He was like, yeah, I've been to a few. And yeah, it was a really fun era, the millennial era. But overall, I rather watch movies about those kind of parties instead of actually going to them. So it's like 5 stars. I love this movie to death.
I'll go 4.5. This movie did have a huge cultural impact even to this day, which is very surprising. You don't see movies like that, especially in that time, having the impact that it does. Because there's just so many like...
And it's still getting quoted to this day, too.
Oh, yeah, dude. I hear it a lot. People walking around with McLovin shirts.
Yeah, they have shirts now at Target. I am McLovin.
Read a book for once, man.
All right.
Well, yeah.
That's Superbad, 2007.
I'm Steven Gomez.
And I'm Matt. And
this was Primetime Flicks.
And make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below what movies y'all guys want us to review next. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
See you later.